Music Department's 2005 Swing in the Spring concert. Tonight's concert not only marks the final performance for this incredible band for this year, but sadly, it also represents the last time that 23 of our senior students will play for this band and this school for the very last time. This in itself will make it a very, very special evening. I know these students, the band members across all of the grades, and their director, Mr. Leonardelli, has got to have a great program for you tonight, and I hope you're prepared to enjoy the best concert these kids have ever played. At this time, I'm going to ask you to welcome the director of our senior band program, Mr. Leonardelli.
As you can see from the program, the march that we just played is entitled Our Heritage. And that is the march that we played this year at Kiwanis, which won us gold at the Kiwanis Festival this year. And the next selection that we are going to play is the first selection that we played the first time that we entered the Kiwanis Festival. And at that time, we won silver with a 91% mark of 91%. I remember that we were a very, very, very young band then, and we played extremely well. even though it was only, 14, 16 months that we had been together. That's 3 years ago. The band started 4 years ago. The music program at Villanova started 4 years ago. So the band members, those who are still in the band, suggested, why don't we play the first selection that we played at Kiwanis and the last one that we played at Kiwanis. So the last one that we played at Kiwanis is the one that we just finished, our Heritage. And the one that we're going to play now, which was the first one, is entitled Ash Lawn Echoes. But before I continue, you don't know what I've been going through this week. Errors in programs and plaques, and you know, it's nuts. I was told about a half hour ago that one very important person in the band, a very important band member, is not in the program, and he is one who is getting a plaque this evening and is graduating, and his name is not on the program. However, if I tell you that we had 1,600 of these programs printed because the first 800 were wrong, guess what? The last 800 are wrong also. So, I promise Michael Mora, who is a trombone player, Michael, get up, stand up. Your name will be added, because we do have the disc, okay? Will be added, if not this evening, tomorrow morning, okay? I promise you. And I already apologize to Michael. It's a mistake, and things like that happen, I guess. It certainly wasn't intentional. Ash Lawn Echoes. It says here, historical notes. Ash Lawn was the presidential home of James Monroe and is situated in Albemarle County, Virginia. Enjoy. tell you, we started rehearsing this, I guess about a week and a half or two ago, when the students decided that they wanted to play it. And I think they did a terrific job. It certainly brought back memories the first time that we went to Kiwanis. We were scared, and yet we came in second out of 7 entries, which is pretty good. The next one, I'm sure that some of you have heard it before. It's the Prelude to La Traviata, to Act 1 by Giuseppe Verdi. This one here was a success during our tour, our concerts in Italy, because I guess being Verdi and being La Traviata, everybody knows Verdi's music. And every time that we played it, people come up and commented on the way we played it, and especially the work that the flutes and the clarinets have to do, because they are replacing actually the violin players in an orchestra. So they do a terrific job, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy Prelude to Act 1 of La Traviata. Beautiful, beautiful piece of music. The next one is a lot more modern than that. It's a medley of the rock and roll songs from the 60s, I guess. You will hear At the Hop, Venus, Love Me Tender, and Rock Around the Clock, all under the title of Sock Hop Tonight. The next selection is the one that I had the most problem introducing when we were touring, when we were playing our concerts in Italy, trying to explain what a clarinet hold-down is. You know, had it been an Italian tarantella, it would have been less problems, you know. But anyway, I told the audiences that it is a rural dance, And I asked him to picture, a bunch of farmers in a farmhouse, dancing, drinking, and having a good time. And before I came, I actually looked it up in the dictionary. I won't tell you the whole definition because part of it didn't make sense to me. And it says it's also a lively, rollicking dance, often a square dance, a rural dance. But what I want to point out here is that the rhythm patterns are quite interesting. You will hear different instruments, like the cowbell, the wooden block, and ring shots, and quite interesting rhythm patterns. So enjoy Clarinet Hoedown. And guess what we feature in this one? The clarinets. The next one is the love theme from Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. And here we feature the two first alto saxophones, Matthew Albo and Stephanie Rubino. was reading about Duke Ellington recently in one of the jazz books that I have at home, and it says there that he's written something like 6,000 songs. We're going to be playing 4,000. No. We're going to be playing three of them. Three of the most popular ones: Satin Doll, Mood Indigo, and It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. Little jazzy music, and it all comes under the title of Salute to the Duke. Okay, this was the last selection of the first half. We are going to continue with the slideshow. There is a bar just outside here. I don't think this bar is open, but if anybody here is really thirsty, you may go to the bar just outside the foyer and turn to your right, and I'm sure you'll find it, you can smell it. So either that, or I think it's best if you stay here and enjoy the remainder of the slideshow. It's very, very beautiful. Thank you. We'll see you in about, let's say, 20 minutes. It's time that we're really going to pour it on. The first selection that we will be playing, I don't think anybody has heard it. It wasn't ready for the concert that we played before we went to Italy, but we did get it ready before we left and played it at every concert over there. And if there was an encore, people requested this particular piece of music. It's entitled Instant Concert. And in the time of 3 minutes and 10 seconds, we're supposed to play 30 melodies. So it's got to go really fast. I think all the melodies that we will play, you will recognize. So I think you're going to enjoy it. Instant Concert. very beautiful one. It's Andrea Bocelli, Con te partirò. Unfortunately, the English title has nothing to do with Con te partirò, which means I will leave with you, but it's entitled Time to Say Goodbye. And, well, how we're going to play it. Play it well. His or her graduating year, class of 2005. So I'm going to ask Mr. Paradiso to do the honors. I'm going to ask my wife to please give us the plaques. Robert Bilecki.
Fighting again.
Joseph Prosperi. Jordan Ronaldo. Chiara Bitondo. Justin Dama. Adam Jalzinski. Jason Borstein. You don't have to tell Jason to smile, he's always smiling. Danny Lynn Buckner. Lisa Cacabella. Andrew Colon. Andrea Champa. Michael Covelli. Marina Darren. Alessandra Di Palma. Daniel Andrada. Andrea Caramaro. Sarah Lagamba. Alexandria McIver. The man whose name we forgot in the program, Michael Mora. Caroline Storty. Christopher Musa. My man, David Pedroza. Nadia Murata. And we have one also for a gentleman, a young gentleman who did not participate in the band. He took music the first year, but he was always associated in one way or another with the band. And he's the person who did all the arranging for the slideshow. We call him the music department communications representative. His name is Robert DiSano. You know, it was one day at a rehearsal, you know, we were talking and we were mentioning this concert, that, you know, this would be the last one and so on. And you know, all these young ladies and young men were saying, oh, Mr. Maritime, don't worry, we will never forget you. And I said, you know, 3 weeks will go by, you won't even remember. And then I said, knock, knock, and they all said, who's there? I said, you forgot already. This one here is the first year, well actually all the plaques that we're giving out this evening are first year presentations. This one here is has been donated by a very, very famous and very well-known music company in Richmond Hill, Cosmo Music, and they thought that it would be appropriate for them to present this award, and it says here, presented annually to a graduating student of St. Thomas of Villanova College who displays outstanding dedication, perseverance, leadership in their musical studies. Now, all the awards that will be presented this evening were, I didn't do the choosing myself, but the music teachers, and then we went to Mr. Paradiso and we asked for his approval. This one here, we are going to present to a student who we know is going to continue in music, and along with the plaque goes a $100 certificate that he may spend at Cosmo Music, and we know that Justin Dam Mr. Andrew Lay of the Catholic Music, please come on up and present Justin the award. This is the Villanova Concert Band Music Award of Excellence, and is presented to a graduating senior band member who has demonstrated leadership qualities and superior musical skills. And this award, we have certain criteria, and I didn't bring the whole list, but I'll tell you, the person who gets this one is obviously a graduating student, committed to the band program. Not only did this person play in the band, present at all the rehearsals, and this person also was a member of the two ensembles that Mr. Olchawi conducted, and it goes to Mr. Jason Bornstein.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Pushing the wrong button.
Smile, Jason.
This one here is the Villanova Concert Band Music Award of Merit, presented to a senior band member who, through hard work and dedication, has become the most improved player on a band instrument. And I think if I ask the boys and ladies in the band, they know who that person is. Joseph Miniacci. Joseph is the type of student I would give him a new piece of music and he would struggle through it, and he would say to me, "Sir, today is Friday, Monday morning, I'll have it done for you." And he would come in and play it backwards if I wanted to. Congratulations.
He's learning.
Got it.
And this one is presented to a graduating senior band member who has demonstrated superior musical skills, leadership, and administrative qualities, and has contributed to the overall development of the music program. This person, I don't think, as the band members, they will tell you this person is, do it. Yeah.
You hold it, it's yours.
You're not
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think the presentation of awards is over, and I would like everybody to take your seats now, and Mr. Paradiso would like to invite Mr.
You guys. Who said oh God? Aren't these guys terrific? Isn't this what a performance. Now, Mr. L first started out talking about the first song that they performed at Kiwanis at the beginning of this concert. I want to take a few people back to 1999. School first got started, 26 kids, and no music program. And as all good parents, there was always that question about what are we going to add next? Are you ever going to add a music program? And I told them, I said, in a couple of years, we're going to have a music program. The only thing that I was waiting for was this an old guy to finally retire so that he could come over and start the music program at Villanova. And guess who that old guy was? Mr. Leonardelli. Now I can tell you, Mr. L could have retired probably 2 or 3 years before he finally did. Probably even more, right? Mr. L, yeah. But he never did. And we're very fortunate that he's been up at our school for the last 3 years. He thinks it's 4, so that's just a sign of age. But really, he joined us in 2001, and in 3 years, this is what they've been able to produce. Now, I think Mr. Salmon's in the crowd somewhere, right, Mr. Salmon? There he is back there. Mr. Salmon, every now and then, sends me an email about the state of his portable, his classroom for economics and law. Mr. Salmon, I want you to think about this for a second. When we first opened up our music program with 50 students, guess where the music classroom was? In your portable. I want you to think about it. If any of you have had a chance, portable that sits on the north side of our school was the first home to these kids, especially for the class of 2005. I want the parents to sort of remember those rides in at 7:15, 7:30 in the morning on 15th Side Road, and guess what? There was no paving. There was no asphalt. There was a lot of potholes. And those potholes grew and grew over the year because of the number of miles everyone put in bringing their kids to that school. And without fail, the music people were there. 7:30 in the morning, whether it was summer, winter, or fall. Their musical instruments ready, and ready to perform for Mr. L. Now, at the beginning, I thought it was pretty good that the portable was nowhere near my office. I believed in Mr. L, but I wasn't too sure about the kids he was bringing along at that time. But I can tell you now that any time that you wanted to have an enjoyable moment in our school, drop down to one of their rehearsals, or stand outside that classroom now in phase 2 on the lower level and listen to these kids. These kids have done a wonderful job. And for the class of 2005, what you have done in 3 years has just been remarkable. Part of your success can be attributed to yourselves. Part of it can be attributed to Mr. Leonardelli. The other part really has to be contributed to your parents. I'd like now the parents of the members of the class of 2005 to please stand and be recognized for all of the time that they've put in, all of the dedication they've shown in making sure that their children had this opportunity in their lives. So would the parents of the members of class of 2005 please stand? After about 1,000 car washes, a couple of new springs being replaced, probably some flat tires along the way, I hope you think it's all been worth it. Now, got some housekeeping to do, and Mr. L, you may have to wait a little bit longer because we got something else planned for you. Mr. L always does this to me at the day of the concert. Mr. Paradiso, can I meet with you? Yes, Livio. Finally shows up in the office and he says, well, this is what I want you to do tonight for me. He said, I just want you to say a few things about the band. In fact, I'll tell you what to say. Seems pretty easy. So today he said, well, first thing, just congratulate everybody for a great performance. Guys, so far the performance has been great. Congratulations. The next thing he said, and don't forget about the Kiwanis Festival. Over 3 years, this band has performed exceptionally well. The first year, silver with a score of 91. Second place, I believe it was to Earl Haig. In the first year?
Second year was
Aurora High School. Now, I was at that performance, and I would have to agree with all of the members of the band that were performing that day. We performed much better than Aurora High School. And it was the percussion section that really led the show. Now, I don't want to complain about marking or anything else, but there was no doubt these kids had an excellent first performance at Kiwanis, and the silver placement was outstanding. The second year, they ended up with a gold standing. That means they placed first. We said, well, that's pretty good. In the third year, not only did they place first, received another gold standing, but also received the Eric Munzinger Scholarship Award that was given to Villanova Concert Band by a panel of adjudicators for their performance. Each year, they keep getting better and better. And for that, you definitely need to be congratulated. There was one other thing that Mr. L told me to let everyone know here, that he's great. Notice in the program, the second last selection is What a Wonderful World, and you can see he's getting ready for it. And he tried to tell me I didn't really want to do this. They forced me to do this. I tried to make sure that I didn't have to do this again. So we've got something else to look forward to before the end of this evening. I'd like now, first of all, to welcome Miss Morello Hayes, who is here this evening. Michelle, we've missed you, and I'm glad to see that you're back. Where's Michael Mora? Michael, your mom came running up to me in the lobby as soon as I came in, and she pointed to the back of the program and said, aren't these the names of the graduating students for tonight's concert? And I said, yes. And she said, well, Michael's name's not on it. I want you to know your mother took the news pretty well. Actually, Michael is graduating just like the rest of them, and Michael has received all of the acceptances to the universities that he's applied to. And along with the rest of them in the band, I want to congratulate them for that outstanding accomplishment as well. of 2006, you're going to lose some important people in your band, but I know the members of the class of 2006 are going to follow suit with exactly what they have done over the last 3 years. And I look forward to seeing your final concert next year, and whether it's here at Famille Furlan or else back at the school. At this point, I'd like to thank Mr. Scaini, who is the president of the Furlan Benevolent Association, for allowing us to be here this evening as well. And now we are going to have our little surprise. It's my pleasure now to turn the microphone over to two members of the class of 2005 who have a special presentation for Mr. Leonardelli. Joe Bornstein and Jason. Joe Bornstein. Trade? You want to trade? Joseph Prosperi and Jason Bornstein.
He may not have composed 6,000 songs, but this is our salute to Mr. Leonardelli. It's hard to believe that this is our 12th concert in 4 years. My, how time flies.
I'm Joe Bornstein.
Jason Prosperi, and I'm proud to say that we've both been band members since day one.
As Mr. Paradiso already stated, it's been 4 grueling, tiring, exhausting, lovely, funny, amazing years from the Porta Pack all the way to the beautiful second phase of our school, and it's been quite a ride.
So it was a bit of a tempest at times, but we made it. Top of a hill, a number 1.
Yes! Come on, Jason Bornstein. Well, I remember back in the day when the woodwinds and the brass would separately rehearse, not because the brass was the most amazing section that ever came out of this band, but there just wasn't enough room in the quarterback at the time, or we didn't think there was enough room. But well, when we brought the whole band together, it sounded pretty good.
Mr. L asked us to play the first note of a certain piece, and we did. And I have to say, it was the most amazing sound I'd ever heard at the time, until we played the last note. Then he said, now we just have to learn everything in between.
That wonderful first song was Furioso, which has about probably 6 notes in the entire song, but it was the hardest thing I ever played at the time. Probably the hardest thing the band played at the time. Then we went on to Junior Band March, which was 3 separate sections, or melody, counter melody, and harmony or something rather. We played that all at the same time, and it was pretty complicated, and that was a really easy piece as well. And Mr. L brought the band together for probably the first time playing different pieces, while as Furioso was the same piece the entire time.
The second year of the band brought many changes, both in the musicians and in the music we played. Hey Joe, remember the Poet and Peasant Overture?
Well, that was definitely my favorite song ever, and the band will attest to that. I wanted to play it every year, and then they didn't let me play it.
Song? You mean selection?
Yes, there's an ongoing joke whenever someone says song in the band, Mr. Leonardelli comes up and does the Leonardelli face, which will be presented by Mr. Justin Dama right now. Well, he does that, and then... Oh. Okay. He does that, and then, well, make sure that we know it's a selection. So that year we brought, in grade 10, as Mr. Paradiso said already, we entered the Kiwanis Festival with the perennial, next word, Jason, perennial favorite, Ashland Echoes.
I'll be the first one to admit. When we first saw it, I didn't think we could play it. I thought it was beyond our skill level. But Mr. L and the band never ceased to amaze me. And not only did we manage it, we perfected it.
That year we added the annual Christmas concert to our agenda and wowed audience with our new repertoire and our new gym.
We also introduced our theme song. We're Villanova and we are the Knights. Whatever happened to that one, by the way?
It broke a leg and we shot it.
The third year of the band, grade 11, we had Mr. L for our homeroom teacher. Good times, eh, Joe?
Good times in that year of the Leonard Ellie lettuce heads. Remember our homeroom rant, guys? I think we have a copy of that.
I wrote it.
Yes, thanks, David. She helped us out. We are 11C, and we are Leonard Ellie's lettuce heads. We believe in playing notes, not note-taking. We study intervals, not integers, and know that minor scales are no less important than major, and the harmony is no less beautiful than the melody itself. We pronounce it flautist, not flutist, and always sit with our feet flat on the floor. We prefer Handel for Christmas, not Santa. And when winter is over, we are ready to swing into spring. We believe that music does, in fact, make you smarter, and that the band is nothing without our conductor. And we do truly believe that to produce the best product, we must all work together. We are proud to be Villanova's best showcase. We are Leonard Ellie's lettuce heads, and we are all band members.
What else happened that year, Jason?
Well, by this time, we started to play some pretty advanced stuff. Star Wars, Sock Hop, Salute to the Duke, Phantom of the Opera, and a holiday celebration made their marks on our program. And many have remained there as crowd and band favorites.
Well, Star Wars with that fantastic whistle from the percussion section was one of the greatest pieces of our time, and I hope to play it again when we all come back and play some tribute show or something. So we also entered the Kiwanis Festival for the second straight year with They Came Sailing, much to me and Cavelli's disarray, because that was the hardest piece ever. And we earned a gold medal though, so that's pretty good.
Who could ever forget those stunning trumpet solos in They Came Sailing, eh, Joe? Disarray. Those trumpet solos, eh? They were pretty cool.
Yeah, Cavelli did a good job on those. The spring concert packed the gym, and for the first time, or the only time, students introduced each selection.
As I remember it, you and Michael had an interesting interpretation of They Came Sailing. It's pretty funny. Do you remember any of it?
Livio on the high season, that was it.
Les Miserables was fun to play, especially with that slide whistle.
Dustin? That's me.
Yeah.
Where? No, I don't.
We were also treated to a fine performance by Mr. L with What a Wonderful World for the first time.
And who could forget the music band and the 76 trombones?
3.
Which brings us to this year. And our last and certainly not least. Okay.
Can you tell who wrote it?
All right. So, which brings us to this year, the last and certainly not least of our time here. Right from September, we were making preparations for the Italian concert tour. Mr. Occhiali and Miss Jones joined us for 2 weeks in Trento, Innsbruck, Venice, Verona, Florence, Siena, Maranello, Naples. I'm also Italian. Napoli, Sorrento, and the Amalfi Coast, Rome, and Vatican City. The memories are too numerous to name here, but the highlights include 4 performances, especially the last one at the Santa Chiara, where over 200 people came to hear us play, and the comedian do his thing.
New favorites from this year include Clarinet Hoedown, the Grand March from Aida, Instant Concert, and All Glory Told.
The band's performance at Kiwanis earned us another gold medal. Yes.
And that pretty much sums up the last 4 years. A brief history of music at Villanova. Yeah.
Great band right here. On behalf of the graduating class, Jason and I would like to extend our sincere thanks and great appreciation for Mr. Livione Leonardelli for all his hard work and dedication. He put up with us for 4 long years, and we learned our instruments through key signature changes that we never could master, to early morning rehearsals, which some of us would walk in at 7:45 or later. And but he was always there for us.
We would like to present Mr. Leonardelli and his wife with this gift of our gratitude from all the graduating band members.
And the band here is a plaque with Mr. Leonardelli's name and the name of all the graduating members. And, so that's a little token you can put up in your studio or something. And also a $500 gift certificate to Niagara Falls View, which is a casino resort.
When we see what we've done to Villanova, we think to ourselves, what a wonderful world. It's not time to say goodbye. We're leaving and taking you with us. Can we do one more thing first? Okay, in a tribute, we're going to play for you, if there's no more arguments from the flute section, the first selection that this band ever played together under the direction of Miss Jones.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case you don't remember, the first selection they ever played was Furioso. Wish us luck, we've never rehearsed this together before.
will be a rehearsal tomorrow morning. Just to clean things up.
Sure, that's why we were playing it today in class, and you came in and you're like, we're not gonna play Furiosa. Like, yeah, we are.
Did a great job. Okay, like Mr. Paradiso said before, it was the graduating class that asked me to do this one more time, and I'll gladly do it. It's the song "What a Wonderful World," and I would like to ask Ms. Jones to conduct. Ms. Jones was playing in the trumpet section, and Mr. Ochawa was playing in the baritone horn section on the saxophone. And when I asked Mr. Ochawa, I said, "Would you mind playing?" He said, "I'd rather play than listen." So, oh, didn't mean it the way you told it, right? He likes playing. So anyway, and I would like to ask Ms. Jones to approach the podium, please, and conduct this.
Myself
wonderful world. Oh, yeah. Again, thank you very much for coming. We are going to play one more selection. It's the Grand March from Aida. I'm sure that all of you will recognize it. Best wishes to you all, and thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to be associated with such a wonderful group of